We all know that life is always changing. Whether it's small changes or big changes, changes are always present in our lives. But how should we deal with change? In this video, we will discuss an inspirational quote from Alan Watts. The only way to make a sense of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. That is, the only way to understand change is to push through it, move with the flow of change, and share in the joys and challenges that change itself brings. First of all, let's try to understand the meaning of the sentence. When we face change, we often tend to feel anxious and uncomfortable. However, Alan Watts teaches us not only to respond to the change, but to push ourselves into the change itself. This means that we must take active and proactive actions in dealing with change. In this way, we can discover strengths and skills that we may not have realized before. We must also learn to move with the flow of change. This means that we have to open our minds and adapt to new environments and changes in our lives. In this way, we can avoid the fears and worries that often rise when we face change. Finally, we must learn to share in the joys and challenges that change itself brings. This means we have to take proactive actions and try new things that we may not have done before. In this way, we can find joy and fulfillment in our lives. So, how should we face change positively? First, we must open our minds and accept that change is a part of our life. Second, we must take proactive actions in dealing with change. Third, we must learn to move with the flow of change and adapt to new environments. And lastly, we must share in the joys and challenges that change itself brings. Thus, this video, we have discussed how to deal with change positively. Remember that life is always changing, and the only way to understand change is to push through it, move with the flow of change, and share in the joys and challenges that change brings.